Do you listen to Jacob's podcast, ITP?
No, I was going to save it for when I drive to work.
Bruh. Okay, well, I'll spoil a little bit of it. But, like, it's just, that's what the first one's about, is they were talking about ciabatta bread and how it's, like, just got invented in, like, the 80s or something.
Did it?
I don't know. Maybe I could be spreading misinformation.
Maybe you should really listen to their podcast.
Yeah. But they said that it was, like, invented in the 80s or something. Got me thinking, like, we should just start, like, messing around with food again, you know? like I feel like back, like, in the day, like, people were, like, what is it, like, the Native Americans do to corn where they, like, nixtalize it or something? Where you have to, like, mix it with, like, wood ash or something to unlock the nutrients in it?
Maybe?
I feel like I've heard that before. But, like, yeah, Europeans took corn from the Americas, brought it over to Europe, and then people were eating it and just, like, not getting any nutrients from it because they didn't know how to do, like, the nixtalization process.
Truth.
So, but, like, it's a very complicated and, like, involved process.
Sounds complicated.
So I was thinking maybe we can just take, like a Pop-Tart and, like, put it in, like,
squish it and mash it and mix it and throw it in the oven at 350 and then there's some chocolate chips on it.
Yeah, or just, like, I don't know. Like, so, like, the world is more connected than ever now. We can get, like, stuff from all over the place.
Put some garlic on it.
Yeah, or just, like, take, like, a lychee and just, like, punt it, like, as hard as you can into a wall and just see what happens. Or, like, I don't know, just bury a bunch of stuff underground. Like, I feel like that's how Koreans did, like, fermentation they still do that, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Elle, oh my goodness, you are not well versed on the world cultures.
Like, I just look up recipes and I make them. I don't even read, like, the little... I don't know why people always put the little, like, before thing on the recipes. It drives me crazy. I mean, I know that's what they want you to, like, understand their craft.
I think they want to sell ads in that space is what they want to do.
That is also true. They could do that. But I'm scrolling so freaking much. And then if they don't have the jump to the recipe button, then I'm like, oh, I scrolled too far. Now I'm in, like, a bunch of ads. So it's just
I mean, like,
a mess and a half.
Why did Megan Fox, like, eat this? Like, why did she eat her poop for 7 days? And then it's like, there's no way this article's real.
I know. But then you are like, but what if it was? Are they a bread podcast now? They're talking about ciabatta. They talked about focaccia on one of the earlier episodes.
I guess they're super new. They talked about cubic burgers
They're keeping their bread up.
I spent my lunch break on PubMed looking for if you could crush a burger into a cube, would it still give you the same amount of nutrients or not?
Right, yeah.
Turns out probably, yeah.
Well, that makes sense because it's the same thing. You're just putting it into a tighter...
Well, I think they were asking, like, would it, like, make you feel full, you know?
Oh, me, no.
Yeah, I think that's what the study I read said, that they were saying, like, basically, like, okay, like, it'll... In the moment, I think they said, like, overall, like, you'll feel full after the fact. The only time that it...
mentally.
Yeah, like, only directly after eating it did people in the study, because they get, like... This is not going in, but, like...
This would be good, though.
All, like, they had 2, like, vanilla pudding, which sounds so disgusting. Just, like, 2 slop portions. One of them was 250 milliliters, the other one was 500 milliliters, but they both contain the same amount of, like, carbs, proteins, basically, like, the same amount of energy content. And then they fed them to people. Mm-hmm. And they said the only difference in, like glucose levels, insulin levels, the same across all of it. And even, like, self-reported, like, hunger after, like, 6 hours was the same. But, like, in the moment, like, only immediately after did people still feel more hungry when they ate, like, the lesser amount of food.
Yeah. I'm a very visual person when it comes to eating food. Mm-hmm. Like, at Chick-fil-A, I can't get just, like, the salad with, like, the regular, like, chicken strips on it. Mm-hmm. I have to get the grilled nuggets on top. Because then I take the grilled nuggets off the salad.
Yes.
And then it's like I'm having like a 7 to 8 piece grilled nuggets with my honey roasted barbecue. And then I have a huge side salad on the other side of my table. So, yeah. And then with that, I'm like, this is a well-balanced, perfect, like, 2-course meal.
Well, I would say normally with that you don't get fries, but...
You don't.
You do find a way. You're like life in Jurassic Park.
Those rewards.
Or you just steal mine, mainly.
I do steal yours.
That's what I was getting at more often. But yeah, that's what I made me think of today. It was just like, we should start just like messing around with stuff again.
It's fair.
Because they were just like picking stuff up and eating it, right? They weren't like have an idea.
We should think of a new way, because like you know how you can juice stuff or whatever. You can like crush other things. You can blend other things. We need to find another way to like make food.
Process it.
Yeah. We need to find another way to process food.
So you can puree it. You can blend it. You can. I don't know. Can you melt food?
Yeah, it's a pretty common one. Right?
Well, yes. You can
melt kale or
something. You can blend kale into a smoothie, right? But you can't like.
What if you blend it and then boil it, or melt it?
I feel like it's just like watery though. Yeah. I want like pure concentrated kale.
Then you have to put it into a juicer or something like that.
It's not the same.
Sorry. Maybe one day.
All right. Welcome back to Aaron and Elle on Kirby Drive. We have a banger of an episode for you today, in case you haven't been able to tell from the 5 minutes of food talk. Anyways, yeah, let us know what you guys think about whenever you're experimenting with your food this week. Don't do anything that'll kill you.
Truth. We do not
advocate for
oh my gosh.
purposely poisoning yourself.
Thank you. Yeah. Our stamp of approval is not on that one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're like the FDA when it comes to supplements. We do not check your work, okay? It is not on us. Maybe
some suggestions for stuff that we should try?
Yeah, let us know what we should try whenever we're like doing like food pioneering stuff. Because I want to be like, what if like pine cones? I guess you can make pesto. So.
Well, what's pine?
That's the nuts.
They're in the pine cones? Mm-hmm. Seems a little unsanitary.
I mean, that's how everything grows, right? Is it just outside?
I guess so. I always thought of pine cones as really dirty.
Maybe. I don't know. I could be lying. I don't know. It's called pine nuts. I know that for sure. I don't know if they come from, like, American pine trees, but...
True. Who knows?
Yeah. Anyways.
Sorry. We will get back on topic right now.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals was tonight, in case you missed it, in all of our food exploration talk. How do you think it went? Your first NBA Finals game that you got to watch. You didn't watch much of it.
I didn't watch too much of it, but I knew the Celtics were going to win. Uh-huh. So, I feel like they came in with and they were in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they came in pretty, like, ready for this. Not that Dallas didn't, I guess, but I feel like they know, like, we know how good we are. We know that we got a lot of America behind us.
Yeah.
So we're going to go and take it. And sure enough, they took it.
Yeah.
So. Game
1 goes to Boston. Disclaimer, Ellie's going to start firing off crazy takes now, okay? We've had some production meetings about it. Ellie gets very nervous whenever she gives opinions on this show because she doesn't want to be corrected.
As you can tell by my following everything with respectfully.
Yeah. We're going to start doing takes disrespectfully now, okay? And the rule is you're not allowed to get upset at Ellie for bad takes because we all have them. And Ellie is going to let off some crazy ones this episode. Like, crazy takes. Like, she's going to get canceled for her takes this episode.
OMG. We can maybe work our way up to that. I prefer not to. I like people too much for that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I just feel bad.
That's fair.
I will try. I'll get more bold.
Yeah.
Because...
Especially you, Boston fans. Like, I know you've been in the comments, you getting your feelings hurt because we said Jason Tatum was a little cringe when he was texting Kobe on his cell phone. We know that he doesn't actually have the cell phone still turned on.
Come on now.
We're just goofing. Although I think that guy actually did end up subscribing to us, so... Shout out if you're here. Also, shout out to... Richard, yes. Richard, can I call you Dick, by the way? I just need to know. I asked Ellie if I should comment that from the account. She said probably don't push your luck, but I feel like we had a good thing going. So if you're still out there...
We do. So just know that it comes from the warmest place in our heart.
Yeah.
So we had a good conversation. So, I mean, if you want to know what Richard is like, our good friend Richard, then go look in the comments.
Yeah.
Meet him. Say hi to him. He's so far our number one fan.
Yeah, he's nothing if not honest. So we figured we'd be honest with you too, Richard. Let us know. Hit us in the comments. Yeah, but that was Boston just running away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they led by 25 with like 2:50 left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
I really thought they were going to mess it up again. I think they blew a game where they were leading by 31 against Cleveland earlier this year. Just straight up lost. Just choked it away. And so I thought that they were about to pull that off again because the Mavericks came back, brought it within 8 with 4:27 to go left in the third. I thought it was happening again.
Mm-mm.
But then immediately after that, Boston went on a 4-0 run. It was over. Basically, like as soon as the fourth quarter started, it was already.
Yeah, you were calling it. We left 4 minutes left in the third, and they both left to go on a walk, and we came back and we're like, oh, so yeah, it's actually really over. So, but again, I expected that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Everyone's saying all this stuff about oh, it's just game 1. I've seen some. I think Shaq was saying. Also, I'm getting over allergies, so please excuse the coughing, whatever. If you hear my wallet open, I'm so sorry, but
hold it to a higher standard. Don't accept.
Listen, guys, do not get on me for that. Mm. But yeah,
you thought Boston was gonna win.
I thought Boston,
no matter what.
Yeah.
You said Shaq was saying something.
Oh yes, sorry. Shaq was saying that he's I've seen a lot of good teams go up in the first game and think that they got it, and then they completely crash and burn the rest of the series. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
I mean, I don't think Luka is done. I definitely think that Dallas will win. I'm going to say at least 2 more games.
Okay. So, I'll say no. They're done.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll win 1?
I mean, probably, but no.
At least 2, if not 3. Maybe 2. I'll go 2. I'm going to go 2.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we should make our predictions. I think, based on what we saw tonight, the Celtics had every chance to collapse psychologically and lose the game in the third quarter. They did not. They pulled away. And I don't know, even with Jason Tatum playing like a loser, to be honest. Sorry, Boston fans. We were nice for a long time. So don't get your feelings hurt. We said everything nice we could about your team.
True. Take what you can.
Yeah. I mean, they just are better than the Mavericks, I think. I think that if the Mavericks end up winning, it'll be because Luka had a Herculean performance, almost like LeBron in 2016, where he led both teams in every major statistical category. That's what it's gonna take.
Record breaking, stuff going on.
Yeah, so I don't know. Boston fans, don't be mad at us. We were glazing y'all for a good amount of time, but. I think the stat they showed, winners of game 1 go on to win the series 70% of the time. So
dang.
It's pretty good. Looking pretty good.
That's pretty good.
For Boston. If they don't get it done, please understand that we're going to be coming for you with all of our might, because it will be the most embarrassing thing to ever happen ever.
And you will have let Dallas win, which is probably the most embarrassing thing that you can do. Yeah. So, cannot by any means let that happen, or we will be at your doorstep. Yeah. And you'll be sent straight to Galveston.
Yeah, we were talking about that. They had on NBA TV, they were doing the post-game show. Kenny Smith and Shaq were there. And then Reggie Miller was also in frame. I don't know if he was really participating in the show, but he was there. And then Ernie Johnson's spot was taken by a guy whose name I don't remember. So who knows? But it was a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, because I feel Kenny and Shaq were just going at it like they do on Inside the NBA, and then the two were trying to
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm upset about that one too.
This is not about you right now.
You're breaking us up, okay?
Yeah, this is our thing. All right, don't try and get involved.
Gosh, this is really embarrassing for you. Please do us all a favor and just sit down.
Yeah. Other good news for Boston, though. Kristaps Porzingis came back. It's his first game in 38 days. I think he went out sometime in the first round. Came back, 20 points on 8 of 13 shooting in 21 minutes. He came off the bench tonight. He also had 3 blocks. He was not he was on a minutes restriction, obviously, but he was not holding back anything tonight, which has got to be encouraging if you're a Boston fan. I think that you can breeze through the East with a half strength roster, but once you get to the finals, you need everybody to show up.
It's fair.
And be ready to play. So, I mean, it was fun to watch him play. I feel I remember he was playing in Dallas, and he kind of just disappeared from the league.
MIA.
It might have actually been in New York. I think he was involved in some not so great stuff. But
Mafia?
No. Okay, Michael Scott. Mafia.
Like you said, crazy takes.
Yeah.
I'm just living up to...
Yeah, so Kristaps Porzingis is a gangster, apparently. He's
living up to my whatever, my status.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's number one. Nobody can get mad at her for saying that. Yeah. A couple other players here. Luka, no help. He had 1 assist tonight. Scored 30 points. Kyrie, I think, had like 12 points. I think only 2 other players on the Mavericks were in double digits. There's a lot of 2s and 3s in their box score. So
it's kind of wild. Can't be happening in the finals, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the final score was 107-89, by the way. I don't know if we ever said that.
I don't think we did.
But, like, even that is, I feel like, a little bit closer. The Mavericks are kind of going pretty hard at the end there, trying to get some points to make it more respectable in the end. But,
Truth.
You know, the Celtics are also hitting 3s at the end, too, so who knows.
Dang.
What?
Laying it in.
Yeah, right. Well, those guys, you know, my favorite thing that people do now is they will have, like, a random guy get in those garbage time minutes, score like 1 bucket, and then be like, he has more finals points than like Joel Embiid and like all these like MVP level players who just haven't made it to the finals yet, and just be like, he scored 2 points. He has more points than James Harden and Joel Embiid combined in the finals.
Well.
Disrespectful.
A little disrespectful.
And then Derek Lively, I mean, we watched him pick up his 4th and his 5th foul, like, late in the 3rd.
Dang.
He was just a non-factor tonight. He had 2 points.
Just...
Yeah, he was out there just running around and slapping people, just basically.
Clawing people.
So, I don't know. I don't think that they can play that badly again. Like, I genuinely don't think they can do that.
Which is why I think they'll win at least 2 games.
So, Ellie says the Celtics will win in 6.
Indeed.
I say Celtics in 5. But...
Dang.
That may be a little bit generous.
It's a little ambitious.
We'll make a graphic of that and we'll put it up on the Instagram. And then
I've got to win something. Gosh dang it. All the things that we put up on Instagram, I've lost. Ugh.
So, now Boston fans, we've hyped you up enough. Let us know what you think about what Jason Tatum did tonight. He said he was a little nervous being back in the finals.
He didn't call Kobe for that one. Someone took his phone. He was feeling a little lost without it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he did not get to phone a friend from heaven, unfortunately. He only scored 16 points. I say only, like 16 points in a finals game.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Maybe not for the type of player. He's good. And so he has a higher potential than that.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people want to put like him and Luka in the same conversation. And I don't know. I really think it is going to come down to whoever wins this is going to get talked about like they're the best player in the league for the next, full offseason. So there's a lot on the line for people who care about that kind of thing. I don't think either of them do. But, like, obviously they do want to win. I don't know. This is just not good enough from Jason Tatum. He's just giving people free ammunition at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to know that at this point, like, Jaylen Brown is taking over the team. Like, he had 22 points. I think he was, like, 8 of 13 shooting. Shot the ball really well. Was all over the place on defense. I mean, like, the moment of the night was whenever he blocked, like, Derrick Jones. Like, sent him to the shallow realm. And then, if you see that clip now, you'll just see that part. They'll pass up to the fast break, and then the clip will stop. And that's because the fast break after that. So, Jaylen Brown gets the block. Passes the outlet pass. Gets the ball out to Al Horford. Wide open for 3. Worst shot I've ever seen in my life. Like...
The brickiest brick is so funny.
Yeah, my notes say Al Horford puts up the brickiest brick I've ever seen. A foot off at least. Arc was negative. Yeah, he put up one of these things like he was Drewski in that one bit where he's like shooting all ridiculous like that. The ball literally like went on a rope straight at like the little at the bottom right part of the backboard, just clanged it off. He almost brought the rim down like Shaq. Like,
but not in a cool way.
Yeah, but not in a cool way. I mean, it would have been pretty cool if he would have just put up a brick so massive that he took out the backboard.
A brick so bricky.
Yeah.
It took the whole thing out.
Yeah, so that was a great highlight that unfortunately is now like 1.5 seconds long because what happens afterwards is horrific to watch. So.
That's true. Also, a highlight that I wonder is going to happen in the post-game after Jason Tatum's interview. He was going to the locker room and like the cameras are like following him, like walking backwards or whatever, and he's like walking or whatever into the into the locker room. And some fans are like grabbing over the like stadium, over the bleachers and everything, and one person actually like grabs his towel and then he looks back, he's like whips his head around like, bro, and the security guy like stands there and he just like, you can just see him say like, give it to me. And then
it's too late, I already smelled it.
Now I'm Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum's secret stuff is just his sweat that I poured into my mouth from his used towel. And
then before he hands it to the security guard, it goes like, oh, like whatever channel is like broadcasting this, like, oh, onto the front desk or whatever.
It's cutaway. Go to camera 8.
Now to Kenny Smith and Shaq.
Yeah, so.
It's so funny. So if anyone knows what happened to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, just run at that point.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, they do that a lot. Like, who knows? I mean, this is probably like 10 years ago, but they kicked like a kicking ball into our section at the Texans game, and like our whole section basically was playing like the shell game where we were like moving the ball around all of the people's like legs, and then somebody like had gone to the gift shop, and so they went to the team store and so they put the ball in the bag, and then like because they want like the kicking balls back because they're like specialized.
That's fair.
But, like, I think my dad ended up with it. But he basically, they were, like, shuffling the ball around. And the security guard's like, where's it at? And everyone was like, I think it went over, what are you looking for? I don't really.
Sorry, what's a football?
Where am I?
How did I get here?
Okay, Desmond the Moon Bear.
Desmond the Moon Bear.
Yeah, so maybe you should have tried that.
Yeah. Honestly, and just fly it over.
Yeah, I mean you probably paid a lot of money for that ticket anyway, so.
That's true to be right up there. Mm-hmm. He deserves that towel.
So yeah,
Jason
Boston.
Let him keep it.
Yeah, Jason, what the hell is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
Selfish.
How many towels do you got?
Yeah, I know. Yet another reason. Jason Tatum is not the best player in the league.
Does not let his fans keep his towels.
Yeah, LeBron built a whole school. Now, we don't need to talk about the allegations of students not getting their degrees from there, but LeBron built the whole school. Jason Tatum can't even donate one towel to a fan.
One measly, sweaty towel.
Yeah. What if he needed to dry off some beer that he spilled?
True.
He was like, oh, there's one right there. Let me just grab that.
Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, thanks, man.
And then Jason was like, give it back right now.
I
was going to mail that to Kobe.
I'm going to put that on my Kobe shrine. Boston fans are gonna hate us.
No, Boston fans love it. They love it. They act like they act mad whenever people talk about Jason Tatum, but they love being in the news cycle. They love it.
It's true.
They eat it up. So if you're a Boston fan, mind your business. You're up 1-0. Don't let it go to your head.
Come on now. But at the same time, hold on to it, please.
Yeah, cherish every moment you have, and then win. Yeah. For us here in Houston.
Please.
Yeah. The other big game that happened tonight was the second game of the Women's College World Series, the softball championship. Oklahoma swept Texas 2-0 in the final series to win their 4th straight national championship in softball. That is the most in NCAA history.
That's pretty crazy.
Unfortunately, Chassety Raines, right of the program, was incorrect, picking Texas to win it all. She got pretty close.
Pretty close.
I thought they were going to lose to A&M. I'm glad they didn't. Damn. We had to cut that part of the interview because it was all lost. By the way, I was screen recording something yesterday, and I was listening back to it when I put it into to the editing software.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why is there like background noise in here? And it was like picking up like you watching TV downstairs.
Ooh.
But like it didn't record any of our audio whenever I was screen recording it.
That's crazy.
I just turned the mic off on there and it was fine. But I was like, why are you recording audio now? I don't want to hear me like as I'm watching freaking, I don't even know what I was screen recording, but like, why is it on now?
I did not turn the TV down low enough, so.
It's okay. We just heard people. Oh yes, I was gonna say we heard people screaming and dying and throwing up in The Resident, but
no, listen, that's a bedtime show. Parks and Rec is a fun time.
How can you watch The Resident before you go to bed, but watch Parks and Rec? Like, you have to watch it like in the daytime.
Because I want to focus when I watch The Resident, at least for now. This is my first time watching it.
Uh-huh.
But Parks and Rec, I've already watched it, so I'm like rewatching it as like a background show.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I don't want to do things in the silence.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you know what? I've done the same thing. Like, I've done the opposite actually at work today. Like today and yesterday, I was like, you know what? I've been having my headphones in basically nonstop the last like 3 months. I'm gonna hang up and hang out.
Whoa.
I'm gonna like just
unplug.
I'm just gonna raw dog this day at work and just. Also, I've listened to every single podcast I listened to like 6 times already. It's
not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
He drives very long to work, like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's just one way. So he literally has time for everything.
Yeah. So.
Every YouTube video, every podcast, every show.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in his brain.
Yeah.
So.
The amount of watch time that like Outside Xbox has gotten from me in the past month and a half, I probably paid like their whole salaries at this point. I'm pretty sure if you open my screen time, it's like, it's either a lot or a little. Like there are times where I'm like watching YouTube and like, I'm not going to pay for YouTube Premium. Sorry, YouTube. I mean, you should definitely buy YouTube Premium. We love YouTube.
We love YouTube.
YouTube is our favorite platform.
Huge YouTube people.
And like YouTube should push us more. But like...
But I mean, that's just...
But I'm also not going to pay for YouTube Premium. So I just have to keep the screen open.
We pay for YouTube TV, so...
That's true.
Like that's enough, guys.
Yeah.
Don't get greedy.
Yeah, don't be big and greedy, like they say on ITP.
Anyways, you were unplugging.
Yeah.
Connecting with the environment.
And then just like nobody is in the lab with me. So I'm like, I'm just here in silence alone. Because sometimes I feel like unapproachable whenever I have like headphones in or something like that. And I don't mean to be, but like it is like I get a little bit anxious whenever people come and talk to me with a headphone in. I can't just like take it out because I have like oil on my gloves and stuff sometimes or like microbes and stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't want to
microbes.
I don't want to just like take stuff out of my ear and then just like have to like take that home. I like to like take my gloves off.
Yeah, don't bring that in here.
Wipe everything down. Okay, Miss Sita right into the bed. Disgusting. She's like, yeah, hey, like I was at work today. This kid like pooped in my hand and then used it and rubbed it on my face and then he like used my comb to like clean his butthole and then he used it to brush my hair.
Also had chicken pox.
And then he had chicken pox and shingles and pneumonia and like he also had botulism tuberculosis. Like he had like mad cow disease and he was like spitting into my nose and stuff like that. And then as she's telling me this, she's like rubbing her head on me and like laying all over me and stuff. I was just
trying to be sweet and lay my head in his lap. It's not like any of it got in my hair.
The aforementioned butthole brush situation.
OMG. Look, I shower when I get home, okay?
But not before doing... That's, like, I have to, like, prompt you to be like, okay.
You were particularly, like, rushing me up the stairs. Like, I was like, oh, yeah. And then, like, this night, you're like, yeah, go. One more step. Come on, more steps. And I was, like, getting ready. He's like... I was in the bathroom, and I was, like, turning on the water for the shower. I was like, yeah. And so then, like, anyways... Another thing that happened, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, yeah, for sure. Like, but get in the shower. Get in the shower.
Yes.
Like,
because the animals rub against your legs.
Oh, that's true.
And then they're like, the cats will run, like, they want to, like, snuggle with her because she's getting back from work. Oh. And then they're just, like, dragging Cedif. And then they go and they run and they roll around our bed and everywhere.
So they are carriers for about 15 diseases.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it's just like... We just need to have a policy to where we just run upstairs and shower.
Maybe we should have like a decontamination station.
We should build that like an airlock.
Something like that. There's one at work. We put our phones in it, we close it, and then I don't know what it uses to clean it, but then it smells really weird when it comes out.
Ethylene dioxide or ethylene oxide probably. It smells sweet.
It smells weird. Not sweet.
Does it smell like apples?
No.
Then
I wish it did.
I don't know. Yeah, whenever we open some of the stuff that we get for the lab, it smells sweet, like almost like an apple, and I'm pretty sure it's ethylene oxide or dioxide. I don't know.
No, it smells like it smells like Band-Aids, I think. Which is just not a fun smell. But,
yeah, I don't know.
So I'll take apples. Shoot, that kind of sounds nice.
Yeah, I think it's like the whole point. I think it's like it's super toxic, but I don't know.
Oh, well.
I don't know. We just use autoclave for all our stuff, so I don't know. That was our science corner. Yeah, back to what we're talking about. Oklahoma, powerhouse, absolute wagon. Mm-hmm. Chassety Raines, friend of the program. She's going to have to answer for her crimes. She led us astray. I bet our house on Texas winning, and they blew it. So...
guess where we're filming from next week.
Yeah, Chassety, we're coming to stay with you because we have nowhere to live. Oh, we're homeless now. Yeah, congrats to Oklahoma. Really cool. Like 4 championships in a row.
Pretty
Actually
crazy.
Absurd. Yeah.
Kind of nailed that. Who's going to answer?
Nobody.
Who's going to answer the call?
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. I can't believe that they had to play them in the second round of their tournament to get into the actual College World Series.
That's so unfortunate, I know.
That is tough.
A tough card to be dealt.
Yeah. But, hey, shout out Chassety again. You did cost us everything, but we appreciate you giving us a prediction. Better luck next year.
She was hopeful with her prediction.
She was hopeful, yeah. She didn't actually... I feel like she didn't... Maybe that's why. I feel like she didn't, like, with her whole heart believe it. I feel like she just wanted it.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. For sure. I'm there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe things will be different next year. Maybe not. Maybe they just win forever. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
But yeah, Texas, I don't think they even really got close. I think they brought it within 1 in, like... one of the middle innings, and then forget it. Like, Oklahoma's just too good. So, I don't know. That's the Women's College World Series concluded. I don't know when the Men's College World Series is going on. Maybe it's happening right now, and I'm just ignorant to it.
I think it... Actually, I have no idea. I know A&M is playing a few games, because...
Because you went there?
No, because Jacob keeps talking about it.
Okay.
He's very into it.
I see.
Big A&M guy.
Yeah. Anyways, we don't need to talk about A&M anymore. So, I know you had a couple things you wanted to talk about in the WNBA. Oh,
yes. There's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that I've heard from a lot of people who I wouldn't think would be into WNBA stuff.
Okay.
So, someone at church that I was talking to, my aide that was with me during camp. She was
yes. Hold on. Wait. Do you want to talk about that?
What?
Can you talk about that?
About what?
So, Elle did some recreational nursing this week.
I did.
She volunteered at a sports camp, right? Or was it just like a regular?
It was just like a regular, like summer camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a week-long on-site thing.
Yeah. I was teasing her a little bit about it. That's how we'll cover your takes, is I'll just say they're partially my takes. But I was like, did you ever just like go up to those kids who are like, my head hurts, and be like, yeah, well, like at my regular job, like kids have cancer, so get over it, maybe.
I mean, it was an intrusive thought. But I didn't voice it. I was just like, dang, this is so different. Because because oncology is like my only professional experience. Mm-hmm. And like, I haven't, and I mean, sure, like, you know, like neighborhood kids have had like boo-boos and like scraped knees and stuff that I've helped clean up and everything. Mm-hmm. But like, with some, like, I guess I'm not naming names. Mm-hmm. Like, one girl was like, like, my head hurts because I was laughing too hard. I was like, I'm so sorry.
She must have been listening to the podcast, am I right, guys?
Nice.
Let's go.
They're not listening to the podcast. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I know. And then, I felt so bad. I brought my stethoscope. the first day, because I volunteered for 2 days. And, of course, I didn't need it at all the first day, and I was like, oh, I feel so embarrassed. Like, I brought my whole bag with me.
Yeah,
like,
you're like the
I was
full
ready to
kit
be, like,
wanker at the
nurse.
soccer kit. Like,
yeah.
full jersey and shorts. You're like pulling up to pick up with like a LeBron jersey on. That's basically the equivalent, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, one kid had a Jalen Green jersey on.
Okay. Which kind?
The new one.
Okay.
I know, the amazing ones. I want one of those.
Yeah, I miss whenever you could wear like NBA jerseys to do like athletic things.
I know.
Now you can just wear them to the frat house, to the function.
So true. Oh no, yeah, but I brought that, and then the second day, this one kid was having like a semi like respiratory distress, like in like needing an inhaler, and he was like, yeah, the school nurse usually like takes a listen to me first, and then like gives me my inhaler. And I was like, well, unfortunately for you, I left it at home. Yeah. Because I thought I wouldn't need it. Because I looked like a fool yesterday.
I was embarrassed for showing up like a hardo with my full kit.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm just going to give you your inhaler because you're wheezing right now. So I don't need to listen to your lungs to know that you're in distress.
I can hear it outside the club.
Take this inhaler, please.
Yeah.
Before we have to call an ambulance.
Yeah.
But no, it was really fun. I love working with kids of any kind. They were all very sweet. Some of them had tummy aches and just sat and talked with me for like 20 minutes. Yeah. And then felt better. So that is why I do peds nursing, because I love working with kids. Mm-hmm. They are so sweet and kind, and adults are not. So I cannot do adults.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was a welcome change of pace to just be like a little bit more low-key, right? Like,
yeah. I love them both. I can do either one. As long as it's working with kids, I can do it. Yeah. So, but I do love my onc nursing. Mm-hmm. So, my sweetie pies.
Yeah, but someone was talking to you about the WNBA there.
Someone was talking to me, full circle back. One of the people that was helping me at the front desk was talking about it, and she was like, man, there's so much drama going on in the WNBA. Like, my husband and I, like, are NBA fans, and, like, we watch WNBA too, and, like, especially now with, like, it gaining like publicity and like recognition and stuff, but like there's so much going on that we didn't know about. And I was like, yeah, I know. She was like, yeah, with the one girl that like pushed the other girl. I was like, yeah, that's pretty close. But yeah, how Caitlin Clark got pushed by Kennedy Carter. Oh my gosh, so many C's, K's. I'm pretty sure they're all C's. Yeah. So many C's.
Did you see the post? The Chicago Sky posted like, "Hey Barbie, hey Ken," because people didn't know how to pronounce.
Oh, Kennedy's name?
Yeah. They were saying, because it's spelled Chenedy.
It looks like Chassety.
It's like Chassety, yeah. Yeah. So they're like, hey, because Angel Reese is also on the Chicago Sky. Mm-hmm. She's like the Bayou Barbie when she played at LSU. I don't really know what do they call her now? Just like the...
I don't know.
Chicago Barbie doesn't really work, but yeah, I'm sure they're working in. But they're like, hey Barbie, and then she's like, Kennedy said, or reverse, hey Ken, like to like explain to people that like, oh, it's just Kennedy, not like Chassety, whatever. You know.
I'm sure that's gotta get annoying.
Yeah.
That people call you Chassety.
I mean, you kind of deal with that too. Like, people call you Elle all the time.
It's true. But I can't blame them because that's how my name is spelled.
Yeah, if you read the title of this podcast and you read it as Aaron and Elle on Kirby Drive.
Not correct.
Well, speaking of Elle, you can go right to Elle with an H on the front of it. Hell, if you don't get...
Oh my gosh. That's okay. We don't need to go that far.
No, we do. I said we're going to get unhinged today.
No, but yeah, I don't blame anyone who says my name wrong because it's not their fault. They're just reading the name how it's spelled. Mm-hmm. So, thanks, Mom and Dad. Just kidding. I like my name. Yeah. But, anyways, so Caitlin Clark and Kennedy Carter were like, I don't know, they were waiting for a ball to like be thrown in bounds, be thrown back in, and Kennedy Carter just like went kind of like looked at Caitlin Clark and then like went up to her and then like shouldered the heck out of her, and then Caitlin like fell to the ground, and that was a foul. I'm pretty sure later after the game it got ruled as flagrant. Yeah, they upgraded it after the fact, which is like, that's my one thing with like all like the NBA, the WNBA, all across the association, both sides, they love their pool reports after the fact, which is just like a review of the ref of like the officiating in the game, and they love to be like, you know what, guys, we got that one wrong. We'll change it after the fact. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, it's like, I feel like I don't know. Like, I get it. Kennedy Carter's been in the league for longer than Caitlin Clark, and she's been working really hard, along with all these other women to get recognition for their sport. So I respect Kennedy in what she does and what she's been doing for years. And I can understand how it can be a little upsetting how, like, someone comes in and is, like, the spotlight, and you're like, what the heck, I've been here for years trying to get this traction. Yeah. And this one girl is, like, getting all the spotlight or whatever. But, I mean, and, like, it's true, Caitlin Clark is getting a good amount of the spotlight, but I also think other players, like Angel Reese, is getting some, but it kind of sucks because unless there's drama involved, then you don't really get too much unless you're, like, balling out of control. Yeah. So, which Cameron Brink is. She's going crazy. Yeah,
I mean, I think I saw in ESPN is, like, speaking of hell, there's a special place for whoever runs the social media account at ESPN. But, like, they posted something that was, like, advanced stats or something for all the rookies, and Caitlin Clark was, like, 6th.
Yeah, she was 6th.
And it was like, dang. What? This feels cherry-picked.
Above someone that I did not even know the name of.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Let me see.
I think it was Cameron Brink was 1, and then I know Kate Martin was, like, 3.
She was... Yeah, I think she was. And then it was Rickea Jackson was 4.
Yeah. And then maybe it was Aaliyah Edwards was 5. I don't really recall. I don't know, but it's all just that's the thing. It all just feels like rage bait.
That's what I'm trying to, like, decipher. Really. Oh, here it is. 2 is Angel Reese. Yeah. And then 3 is Kate Martin, Rickea Jackson. Yeah. Who is Julie Van Loo?
I don't know.
No offense, Julie.
She might have been a second round selection. She definitely wasn't taken first. Maybe don't say definitely on that, but I don't remember.
Definitely. Ain't no way she was.
Not even like, oh, she's terrible. She was definitely not taken in the first. But, like, I don't 1,000% know. So
yeah,
I don't think so. I think that
it's kind of crazy that she's buff Caitlin Clark, but
I think they just opinion. And, like, I don't want to give them too much airspace for that because I think that, like, the main thing, the reason that a lot of this is happening, I think, is that, again, we talked about it even before, like, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I think it was, like, our second episode where we talked about how, like, people already have decided they don't like the WNBA, but they cannot deny, like, what they were seeing at the college level. And because these women were not a part of the group of women who were advocating for themselves in the WNBA, people can now use their success to discredit the women that they already decided they don't like. Yeah. And there's no appealing to that type of person. Like, there is just a level of hate in your heart to go out of your way and comment on every single WNBA post and be like, oh, Caitlin Clark, like, made you. She made you. She did all this for you. It's like, we're not going to engage anymore. All right? So, look. Yeah. Relax. If you don't like WNBA, just say that. But also, you got to understand, as a competitor, which is what these women are, you're not just going to be like, oh, you're right. Like, Caitlin Clark, you're right. I'm actually, like, dog water. Like, Caitlin Clark actually, like, saved my life by coming in and playing basketball, you know? No.
Yeah, you're not going to do that. You're going to be like, no, I worked hard to be here. Just like Caitlin Clark worked hard to be here. But, you know, like, and you can be grateful that she has allowed some traction to be gained in this league. But, again, it's like, it's not just Caitlin Clark, it's Angel Reese. It's Rickea Jackson, it's Cameron Brink. You know? Yeah. Aaliyah Edwards. All these people.
And also, like, I don't know, but, like, A'ja Wilson is going to go down as, like, the greatest basketball player. Like, certainly women's basketball player. I feel like she's on track to do that. I mean, I think Dawn Staley tweeted something today where she was like, just give her the trophy already. Yeah. She's averaging 27.9 points per game, 12.4 rebounds per game, 2.6 assists per game, 2 steals per game, 2.6 blocks per game. Almost 3 blocks a game. And also, I feel like this is something that wasn't really even clear to me last season, but the WNBA plays 10-minute quarters. So they're playing basically like a full 8 minutes less every game compared to the NBA. So I know that a lot of people have seen NBA scores or WNBA scores
And been like, what the heck?
Yeah, yo, this is garbage. Like, they suck balls.
They can't even score.
And it's like, if you extrapolated it to a full game, they would be about the same as NBA teams. Mm-hmm. So, and she's doing this with limited minutes in comparison, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of talk of like, oh, like the rookie's bringing this in, the rookie's bringing that in. I think that that's great, but I think that, A'ja Wilson she's going to win MVP. I feel like her and Breanna Stewart. You know what? I'm taking a stand now. I don't like Breanna Stewart.
Dang. Just like that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why?
I feel like it's kind of like the Jokic and Embiid debate where you have, I don't know, maybe that's a little different because I feel like it's just Sixers fans who are like, no, Embiid is actually better than Nikola Jokic. But no, like A'ja Wilson, I'll post my story archives. This is not a new thing. I will repost my story archives. We've been on the Aces train.
You have. Yeah. Way back.
So
you'll go way back.
Until the comments come back, which we are in the process of writing a petition for that. I don't even know. I think I lost it in my tabs on my phone. But
that's another thing that the lady told me. She was like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, Houston had, like, a fantastic team, and then they just went away. Mm-hmm. She's like, they need to bring them back. I was like, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Sign this petition.
We haven't made it yet, but sign the petition.
I know I got your signature.
So we'll let y'all know whenever we get the petition done.
One of these days.
But yeah, until they come back, like, it's Aces all the way. I don't know if you saw, like, Kate Martin get left behind. But
I feel like everything is happening to her.
Oh my gosh. I just
maybe it was like a purpose on purpose. They'd be like, all right, go.
Yeah. So I guess my purpose in saying this is if you are like me and you're sick of interacting with the WNBA only in ways that make you angry, don't interact with the WNBA on social media.
Yes.
Just follow the Aces on all social media platforms.
Yes.
And then watch every Aces game.
Indeed.
If you're a new fan and you're looking for somewhere to start, watch every Aces game.
Indeed.
Because, yeah, I think, like, Kate Martin's probably my favorite story of the year.
She's so funny, yeah.
I love the way that they've embraced her on the team.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's just it's a sweet story. Like, she didn't even expect to, like, be drafted at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's what you said. I don't know. Maybe she's just being humble. But
but, I mean, and then she goes to the Aces, which is an incredible team to go to.
Correct. Score! Can you imagine?
And, yeah, exactly. Like, Kelsey Plum, like, cheering her on.
Young, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of, like, supporting her. And then, like, you can already sense, like, the camaraderie whenever they, like, whenever she's running after the bus and they're like, oh, someone's late.
Yeah, I think they were at, like, a steakhouse. And then she was, like, the last one in the restaurant. And they told the bus driver, like, go. And then she's running out of the restaurant. And then you could hear them all laughing on the bus. A'ja Wilson might be, like, the funniest person. One of the funniest people, like, on the planet right now. Like, what was the thread that I showed you the other day where she was talking about, like, she, again, just finished dropping, like, 36 points and 15 rebounds with, like, Crazy. 4 blocks. And then gets on threads and is like, yo, like, remember when SpongeBob and Patrick's breath was so bad that it burned down the whole theater? That is some OD stank. And I was just...
What the heck?
And I was just like, you know what? You're right. That was crazy that they did that. She's so funny. And then, like, they brought her, like, it was Kate Martin's birthday the other day. And they got her, like, a cake. I think it was, like, a nothing bundt cake, which is so funny.
I love nothing bundt cakes.
But, like, isn't it funny that they're just like, can you go pick up the nothing bundt cake from Nothing Bundt Cakes?
Honestly, if the cake is that good, I won't ask questions.
I guess, right? Like, but if you were, like, a professional athlete, would you be like, let me go get the... Okay.
The red velvet cake is one of the best. No free ads.
Actually, it's actually terrible. If you want us to change our opinion...
This show is sponsored by...
No, it is not. If you want us to change our opinion, send us at least a cake.
A nothing bundt cake from Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Other bundt cakes are available, so we do not exclusively endorse.
No, I think we do.
Okay, well, guess who doesn't have to pay us for sponsorship anymore?
Oh. Embarrassing. Anyways, sorry. But then, yeah, the other thing that was going on was Angel Reese got ejected from the Liberty game. And also, I cannot say Liberty without thinking
yeah.
about Liberty Bibberty. I'm so sorry, New York, but that is just permanent for me.
Yeah, exactly. Breonna Stewart, going down.
Hey, but I like Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, Ionescu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like her.
She's fine, but guess what? Stewie's the main competition for Aja Wilson to get her third MVP. So
Liberty.
Liberty all day long. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
But anyways, so she got ejected. Angel Reese did, and I was looking at the clip like over and over and over again, and I was like, where is the material? Where's the grounding to eject her? Like, that is so crazy to me. She like barely, I mean, maybe just barely like got up on the girl's like shoulder, but like that's not even.
Well,
like,
she got double technicals, so.
Oh.
So she got called for the personal foul, right?
Okay.
So she just got her common foul for that. So it wasn't that got her ejected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, continue with the explanation. Then we'll talk about like what actually happened, like in the pool report.
Got you. No, she just basically like got kind of up on this one girl's shoulder, was trying to like get the ball away, but like nothing more than like what a regular foul would be.
Yeah.
And then they ejected her, and I was like, wait, what? I was so confused.
Yeah. So the play was fine. Like the ejection didn't happen because of what happened on the court. After she was called for that foul, she turned around and I guess said something to the ref.
Oh.
Which we talked about it in last week's episode. Refs are having a moment. I don't know if they're getting they're not getting enough attention.
It's their Joker timeline.
Yeah.
Their Joker storyline? Maybe? Joker origin story?
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for.
That's what it is.
Thank you.
I was like, what is happening? Is it like
I had to try a few out.
It's like the episodes or something like that. That's what it reminded me of when you said that. But yeah, it's become like a bit of a ref show lately. I don't know, like refs just get into that mood where they say, you know what?
They're just trying to mess up some people's lives.
Yeah, I kind of want to throw somebody out right now. So we have the pool report. Again, they love their pool reports. Absolutely adore their pool reports.
Wow.
They say, guys, we don't have to get it right as long as we have a pool report that says, you know what? Our bad.
They're in love with their pool reports.
Yeah. So, one of the texts, so the personal foul happens. She turns around, says something to the ref. Gets one tech for that.
Ooh.
Turns to walk away and makes a dismissive hand gesture that earns her a second technical. Double technical is an automatic ejection.
Dang.
So, says something to the ref. Okay, fine.
Do we know what she says?
No, nobody. Okay,
Bruh,
so there's.
Of course not.
Okay, yeah. There's a couple comments that we'll get to in a second, but I'll tell you what the WNBA says officially first. Then there's a couple comments from our coach and one of her teammates that we're going to look at.
Okay.
So, the first official story, personal foul, says something to the ref that's disrespectful, one technical. Turns around, dismissive action at the ref, second technical, ejected. Mm-hmm. By the way, I think it was Lonzo Ball. He was at the game. He said, don't worry about that fine. That was BS. So he paid it for her. Shout out Lonzo. Rest up. Hopefully he can come back next season. Unrelated. So here's the pool report transcript. They're asking the referees these questions. So why did Angel Reese receive the double technical and ejection in the fourth quarter? So after being called for hitting Jonquel Jones across the arm during a rebound, Angel Reese disrespectfully addresses the calling official. So that's the first one. They ask, can you specify what that was? No, is the answer.
Awesome.
After being called for a technical foul, Angel Reese then waves off the calling official in resentment to the call.
Dang, resentment.
Which is so petty to be like.
Diabolical.
In resentment to the call.
That's so crazy.
And is assessed a second technical foul. Since these were two separate acts, the combination of two technical fouls resulted in Angel Reese being ejected from the game. So
I feel like those were not technically two separate.
Yeah, it's all part of the same thing.
I feel like it was the same thing.
Also, to follow up on your last question, there have been no prior warnings in the game. So just off rip for no reason. He was just like, you know what? I'm getting disrespected right now. Get out of my game.
I know. Resentment is crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, she had hate in her heart when she waved off at me.
Yeah, she gave me a dirty look and I didn't appreciate it.
So crazy, actually.
Yeah, it's actually sickening. Oh my goodness.
Wait.
The Chiefs postponed practice after defensive lineman B.J. Thompson suffers seizure and cardiac arrest.
OMG.
Wow.
Dang,
that happened
breaking news
today. Wow. He's in stable condition. That's good to hear.
That is good to hear.
Boy.
Wow, 42 minutes ago.
It is, it is hot out there. So.
Yeah, it is.
Is that something that contributes to that or no?
It can be, yeah. You can have like a fever seizure.
Okay.
So, y'all hydrate out there.
Yep, stay hydrated.
It's too hot.
Where did I save this at? Oh no. Don't know how to work.
This is your personal account.
Yeah, but I sent it to it should all be in the chat, right?
Oh, yeah, messages.
Messages, yes.
Every time.
I don't know. It's like, why is it the Facebook Messenger thing? Okay. So, we have some commentary from directly after the game. First, from her coach. She says, so the Sky head coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, says, I tried to get an explanation. I did not. I don't know to this moment what has happened. So, she asked the ref, what's the situation? They said, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
dang.
That's that. So, very clearly, like, unacceptable call to make in that moment.
Yeah. I guess not good enough to where you could restate it and feel okay about that call.
Yeah.
Because if you felt confident in that call, you're like, yeah, like y'all should agree that I was disrespected, that deserved a technical. You would be okay with saying.
Yeah, here's the situation. This is exactly why.
Yeah, because then you'd have people behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, you know what? Yeah, that was kind of uncalled for. But it's like when you're cowering away from it, it's like, well, maybe you just got your feelings hurt. Yeah. So. There's
Ellie's first hot take. We're going to put you on one of these ESPN graphics to say, maybe he just got his feelings hurt. You're going to be like Klay Thompson.
No. Ron's going to come after me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
the ref's going to laugh at me.
That moment is so iconic. We were watching like a...
Dude.
Sidebar.
Sidebar moment. We were watching... What year was that?
It was 2016.
2016. The Warriors and the Cavs going at it in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And Klay Thompson, after game, what? Like...
4?
4? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was after they went up 3-1
right.
on the...
3-1, yeah. Game 4, Klay was like... Because I guess LeBron was getting, like, into it, like, into the game, and, like, you know...
Maybe I think he said something to the refs or something in, like...
Which...
Like, no, he was saying, like, something about, like, them talking trash to them, basically. Like,
yeah.
Braun was disrespected, much like this ref was.
Yeah, and then it's like, you're gonna... Like, it's a high-stakes game. You're going to be feeling things. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be passionate about it. Like... It's just the game. But then Klay was like, I don't know, like, I guess he just got his feelings hurt, you know, like, I don't, like, take offense to these things. Like, it's just, it comes with the sport, you know, like, trying to put himself up. And then LeBron is like, they tell LeBron that. He's like, what did Klay say? And they're like, oh, he said that you must get your feelings hurt. And then LeBron just, like, eerily laughs. Mm-hmm. It's kind of chilling. Yeah. Honestly.
And like, then the greatest performance in sports history happens.
Exactly. But they didn't include that part in the freaking documentary. But it was the NBA account. So they probably didn't want to stir up any hate for Klay. Yeah.
They didn't want to remind us that he went over 10 against the Kings in the play-in game this year. Unfortunately.
Embarrassing.
So that was her coach saying, I didn't get an explanation for it. And then they asked her teammate Marina Mabrey about the same thing. She said something to the ref, so whatever he felt like was the correct call is what he made. It's more about composure for us in our young years in the WNBA. So, you know, you got to get to know the refs and how they respond to things.
Dang.
Now,
she was not in support.
Yeah. That's how you feel after reading that?
Yeah. I feel like I read that and she was maybe... I think maybe she's trying to stay on the ref's good side.
Yeah, but, like... I don't know. I see some people commenting like, oh, like, she's just saying that so she doesn't get fined. Fine.
Yeah, that's what I kind of see it as. But like, a little bit. Whether or not she actually believes that and isn't like, yeah, that was kind of unfair. I don't know.
But, I mean, you can also just say, I'm not going to answer that question.
It's fair.
You know?
And then that could tell the audience enough that, like, you don't agree with the call.
Yeah, you can't get fined for just being like, I'm not going to, like...
answer that question.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I think it's a weird move. you can probably feel like this. Like, this is good advice to be like, look, we got to keep our composure because at the end of the day, these refs do control the game, whether we think it's right or not, Mm-hmm. I think you probably have your teammates back at the podium. And then if you want to have a word with them one-on-one after the fact, mm-hmm. you can tell this to her and be like, hey, look.
Yeah.
I had your back at the podium, but here, like, even if the world's against us, like, we got to keep our head. We got to be locked in. Yeah. So I was just like, this is a weird place to be like, you know what?
Mansplain. What?
Woman's playing composure to Angel Reese. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not mansplaining.
Well, that's how I always heard it.
But this is not a man doing it. This is their teammate doing it.
I know, but I just thought the term was like for any gender. I thought it was mansplain.
I think people use it ironically for any gender. But no, sorry. Mansplaining is...
Womansplain. My bad.
Mansplaining is when a guy explains something to a woman that he should have plenty of indication that she already knows.
So sorry.
Like if I went into a medical office and tried to tell you how to do things just because I have the confidence. Remember we were talking
confidence
about
of a man.
The confidence of a man.
There we go.
That's where it comes from. So
I have full understanding. Sorry about my gap in knowledge about that.
So I said a mansplaining to Elle. That's actually insane.
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Where have we come as a society?
Yeah.
I need some water.
Why did you put it so far away?
I don't know. I didn't want it to make noise.
So yeah, I think that's BS, and I think that the league acknowledged that. Again, doesn't really matter.
It's pretty.
I think the game was already lost at that point. Mm-hmm. But even still, okay, great. Like the pool report doesn't make you feel any better. So.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Just do your job the first time.
Well, no, you're professionals.
Yeah.
I can say what I want because I'm not gonna get fined.
Yeah, we can say what we want. The referees need to get better.
Indeed.
So that's the women's side of the association. We swing back over to the men's side real quick. We got a couple like rapid fire things to finish out the show. First one. So I don't know where this is right now. I know like a couple hours ago we had another development. Earlier today, I think, or maybe yesterday, it was reported that JJ Redick, who hosts a podcast with LeBron, by the way.
Okay. LeBron has a podcast?
He does have a podcast. Don't go listen to that one. We're really bad about this.
We have not listened to that one, so we cannot endorse it.
Yeah. And also stay here, finish this one first.
Please.
But basically, he was like the leading candidate for the Lakers job that opened up whenever Darvin Ham got the boot this year. So he was going to coach his podcast co-host unless he decided to leave to go somewhere else.
Truth. Which
is still a possibility. RIP the Lakers. But now I think like maybe at like 4 or 5 today, today is the 6th, I guess technically we're recording this on. It's like
7th.
2 a.m. on the 7th. So if you're listening to this, it's today. But like UConn head coach Danny Hurley is now, I think he even has like a preliminary contract down with the Lakers. So it looks like he's going to be the new head coach. Mm-hmm. Even though I think UConn just paid him like a bunch of money to stay. You can't resist those pro jobs. I don't know. It just especially with the way that like NIL is, where you're like having to deal with unregulated financial fair play stuff. Like you can go where there's like a salary cap, which is not really real in the NBA. You just pay luxury tax, but
it seems like it's not real in anywhere but the NFL.
Yeah, I don't think there's not one in the MLB.
No,
I don't think. I think there's also a luxury tax there, but
yeah.
I think in levels of like rigidness, it is like the NFL, the MLB, or the NBA, the MLB, and then like international soccer.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that'll be interesting to see. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if LeBron. I don't know. Danny Hurley's a good coach. Like he's won a bunch of national championships with UConn. I don't know how many. I don't really keep up with that, but yeah, interesting hire. I don't know if JJ Redick will get another job, or if that was kind of his in, or maybe LeBron told him, hey, I'm not staying here. We're gonna take the podcast to Cleveland again.
Oh shoot, maybe he did.
And so maybe they're going to go... LeBron is going to come home a third time.
Wild. Wait. This will be his third time being there?
Oh, yeah. He'll be coming back the second time. Sorry.
Home.
Sorry. Yes, he didn't leave.
Back
he
home.
left home the first time and then came back. And then came back again.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
You're welcome. I got you.
LeBron historian.
That's me. All your LeBron needs.
Yeah, then some other news, just like local stuff, like the Rockets. I think they've been in talks with the Grizzlies and the Nets to trade out of the number 3 spot.
Bruh.
I mean, I don't know. I would really like to take like Donovan Clingan there from UConn, just because Alperen Sengun missed a lot of the last season, and
oh, for real? Oh, with injury?
Yeah, like the last little bit there, and I mean like Steven Adams is on the team. I didn't know about that until I was looking through the cap because I think he was injured and he got traded at the trade deadline, so he never played for the Rockets. He still hasn't yet, but he's technically on the team. He plays center. But, like, we need guys who are willing to defend the paint. Like, Jabari is tall and long.
That made me think... Sorry, off topic. That made me think about this one video about the dog Jabarkus. So sorry.
Ellie, please. Oh, speaking of Jabari. Yeah, but, like, Jabari is, like... Sorry. He's, I don't know. Like, we have a lot of stretch guys who can shoot from outside. A couple guys who are really good on defense, like Dylan Brooks, people who are like defensive specialists, but I feel like a real like paint protector like Donovan Clingan would be really good for the Rockets. Who knows? Maybe they don't feel that way. Maybe they can feel like they can get either package that pick with someone on the team already for a star, like Michael Bridges, perhaps. I think the Nets. So the Nets don't have a pick this draft, but they're trying to move up to that spot. That would probably cost them like Michael Bridges, who is their star forward, really the only like player they have left to trade. I think Cam Thomas is also on the board, but he's like a guard / forward. So we have guards and forwards of that type all over the place. But, I mean, the Rockets, they already offered that pick, the rights to that pick for Michael Bridges at the trade deadline this year. But because it wasn't set in stone, because the lottery hadn't happened yet, and the Rockets had such a low chance to get such a high pick, the Nets turned it down. Dang. And now, they have to like, again, we're in the same situation where the Rockets can trade for Michael Bridges, and they already like offered to take the Suns pick next year, but the Nets didn't foresee them getting such a high pick this year. Now it might cost them both to move up and get that pick. So that'd be pretty cool. And then the Grizzlies have pick 9. Who knows what else they'd have to package with that. So we'll see.
Trading is always just so like so messy.
Especially in the NBA. Like you don't even know the half of it. There's so many conditions and like
someone needs to write it down.
Yeah, like the NFL it's like okay, like this player for this pick, right?
It's still kind of confusing.
Yeah, when it doesn't involve like when it involves like especially like draft day trades, like where there's like 3 7th round picks getting exchanged.
Yeah, those are stressful.
It's a little complicated,
when
but
you're scrambling for everything.
Yeah. Sorry. But the NBA ones are like pages long of just like 3-team trades happen all the time where they'll swap assets all around, stuff like that. That's so crazy. And then all of the picks are like, okay, like if you finish in the top 3, like you get to keep your pick. If you finish within like 10 to 15, this team gets your pick. If you finish outside of that, you get to keep like this other team gets your pick, and it's just like a whole bunch of different stipulations. So it'd be interesting to see. I think the Rockets are actually like, I think they have a lot of talent, but I don't know if they have like, obviously they didn't have what it took this year. We'll see next year. Something interesting. The Thunder finished 41-41 last year, I think. Dang. And they finished, they tied for the 1 seed, I think, basically, this year. Crazy. So, Rockets, next up, maybe.
Next in
line? Yeah, the last, like, big news, we'll talk soccer for 1 second. Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid. Do you know who Kylian Mbappe is?
I've heard of the last name before.
Yeah. He is a World Cup champ, I think. He plays for France. started, or he's been playing at Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay.
Which is PSG. In Paris for the past couple of years. I think he's only like 25. Yeah.
Only 25.
So he has been pretty fed up with them. The French league,
shit.
if you're not familiar with international soccer, typically it's thought that the English Premier League is top flight talent. If you want to like make a name for yourself, you have to play in the English Premier League. Then there's like a group of like them, the Bundesliga in Germany, Liga, I don't know if it's BBVA anymore, but the Spanish La Liga is what it is. That's the Spanish Premier League. Then there's the I think it's the Uber Eats League. It might be. I don't know. I don't know if it's still Uber Eats or not, but the French League.
It should be the Uber Eats League.
The French League. And then what's the other one? I used to know. So I used to have stopped playing FIFA, so I'm losing my memory bank of all of the different leagues and also all of the different like national flags. Oh, what is it? What did I list? I listed... And the Portuguese. No, Portuguese league is not in there.
Ugh, go on now.
It's the English, Spanish, German, French, Italian, Serie A.
Ciao.
Okay, Gabe from The Office. Yeah, so the French league is, they call it the Farmers League because they're like dog water apparently compared to the rest of Europe, which I don't know how fair that is, but because of that, PSG kind of like dominates the league every year essentially. I don't think they win every year, which is part of the disappointment that Kylian Mbappe has been feeling. But part of European competition is this thing called the Champions League. Have you heard of this?
No, I literally know nothing about soccer.
Okay, so this is a good jumping off point for European soccer. So unlike in America, they play their seasons where they play like I think every team twice. This is how it works in the EPL. I don't know if it's how it works in every European league, but they play every team twice. There's no playoffs in your regular Premier League season. Like, there is just the top team in points. So 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss. The top team in points wins the league that year. Okay. Then the bottom three typically are relegated to the championship league or the second league in your country. So it's not like you get the first pick in the draft. You just get kicked out of the league. And then you have to win that league to go back up. So there's promotions and relegations. Okay. Little all over the place. Yeah. So it's like it's to prevent people from tanking, I guess. Or it's just kind of is how it shook out. I don't know which one came first, but then separate from that, like the top 4 teams, well, it depends, right? Different nations in Europe get different bids because they're not going to give like the Romanian league 4 different like Champions League bids. But basically, the top 4 clubs in the English Premier League, and then there's a couple spots in French, Italian, German, like Portuguese, whatever, all the different leagues in Europe. They all send their teams to the Champions League, which is like a European-wide tournament, basically, where it's almost kind of like the World Cup, where you get a draw, you play a couple group stage games, then there's like I think the last 16 teams play just 2-leg rounds all the way to the final. And then that's like one of the most prestigious trophies in Europe is winning the Champions League. Oh, wow. So it's probably on par. Like, I think like you would probably rather win the Champions League than any of the league trophies. Probably like World Cup. I was gonna say. World Cup, Champions League, your league trophy, as long as it's not like, I don't know, like the Romanian league or something like that. And then like the Europa League is, I think, like, I don't know how many bottom basement level. Yeah, that's the one that Arsenal plays in a lot of the time. But they sent like the pre-season like table out, and it's alphabetical. So Arsenal's at the top. I posted on my story. I said Arsenal finally back at the top of the table because they were leading for a lot of last season, and then they blew it and Man City won. So I put Brendan, a huge Arsenal fan that we know, swiped up on my story and just sent 2 crying emojis. Hey, number 1 for at least a day.
Yeah, gotta take it when you can get it. Frame it. Save it.
Yeah, exactly. Number 1 in the Prem.
Put it in storage.
So basically, all that to say, the Champions League is something that you want to win to establish your legacy. You can win the French League all you want. I don't think anybody really cares about that. Even Messi was getting hate until he won the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But Kylian Mbappe has only been to the Champions League final once, I think, with PSG in 2020. They lost to Bayern Munich, who is also a very good club from the Bundesliga. So he is now pulling a KD. He is leaving his team.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wanted to leave last year. There's been a lot of drama surrounding this. He's been very clear that he wants to play for Real Madrid, which is what you've heard of them, right?
Sure.
You haven't heard of Real Madrid? I'm sure you've heard the name.
I'm sure I have.
It's one of the few, there's 6 soccer clubs that most people have probably heard of, like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United.
I've heard of Man United. I've heard of Arsenal. I've heard of Barcelona.
Yeah. Arsenal is not a global brand, by the way. Don't let it, we just have friends who are Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans, don't think you're in the same category as those other teams, okay?
Brendan's swiping up again.
We only know that team because we have friends who cheer for that team, okay?
Trust.
Don't get it twisted. You're not in that league. But yeah, Real Madrid, they just won the Champions League this year. So before he's joining. So again, he's joining
the
Warriors team.
The dream team.
They've won 15 Champions Leagues.
Dang.
That's the most all time. The next closest is AC Milan with 7.
Oh, not even close.
Not even half, less than half.
That is wild.
So, this is a very storied club.
That's real tough.
They've just won the Champions League. And now Mbappe, who is frustrated with his performance at PSG, is just joining their team.
Dang.
And I mean,
what a move.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
Honestly, that's the best you could ever wish for. Good for him.
Yeah. So he signed through 2029. I don't have official numbers. I don't even know if it's been officially announced yet. But it's 15 million euros a season. Boo! It's 16.3 million USD. Okay, which is the signing bonus is a lot, but the Nico Collins is making $24 million a year on his contract.
Ooh.
So the signing bonus is really where he makes his money because he has a 150 million euro signing bonus, which is a $163 million signing bonus spread over 5 years. So
that was crazy.
Yeah, so he's probably making, what is that, $50 million a year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. And you get to play in Real Madrid. I think he retained some of his, image rights or something like that.
Indeed.
I don't know what that means, but maybe he can sell merch with his face on it.
Yeah.
Or they can't sell it.
NIL, image rights.
Yeah.
Eye rights.
So that is soccer news. I don't know how often we'll update you on that, but I just thought that was funny. So
really funny. You said it just for the Arsenal joke.
Yeah, really, that was it, basically. Yeah, we'll wrap up with a couple things that are going on in the NFL, the Real Football League or whatever.
Football.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. I mean, I call soccer football sometimes, but that's just to be...
That's true.
Just to be a European copycat. It's also why sometimes I measure things in milliliters just for fun.
Oh my gosh. You're so quirky.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're different.
I mean, I do that every day, but, what were we measuring?
I measure stuff in milliliters every day, too. Dang.
Real. Look at us, a bunch of commies.
Every day.
Let's see. So, one quick thing I wanted to update you on. Kamari Lassiter, Texan second round pick.
The lock.
Yep, the locksmith. He was starting across from Derek Stingley at corner to start minicamp. So, things are going to be pretty exciting for him this year, I think.
He's had some pretty promising plays. I feel so bad for Stephon Diggs because all of the highlights from our defensive people have just been him getting, absolutely destroyed, picked off.
Yeah.
And it just makes him look... I mean, obviously, he's not, he's not garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess our guys are just that good. But I'm just y'all really have to put Stephon Diggs in that spot every time?
Yeah, it's tough.
Dude, a break.
It's a tough look. I guess, they posted the first one that I saw out of training camp this year, or mini camp this year, was of him catching a pass over the middle. Then after that, yeah, forget about
it. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Picked off. Moss.
Yeah, so again, we are Casera hoes until we die.
We really are.
We will always trust
We stand.
Nick. We stand.
We stand with Nick.
Yeah. And we know that D'Amico Ryans can turn anybody into a superstar. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's honestly the dream scenario. So, Nick, D'Amico, you are not allowed to leave. Mm-hmm. Signing a lifetime contract.
Yeah.
So we'll be sending that to your office. Your secretary will bring that up to you ASAP.
Facts. Also, let us record in NRG, please.
Please. That is at the end of the contract in really fine print.
Yeah. And also, like, something weird that I just literally read about as we sat down, but, like, so Green Bay is playing Philadelphia in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I think it was announced that the teams were told they were not allowed to wear green, even though both of their uniforms prominently feature that.
Oh, the teams?
Yeah.
Then what are they going to wear?
Well, the Eagles have a black jersey.
Yellow and...
and the Packers are away, so they wear white.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't know if the Packers... Yeah, they do. They do have a green jersey, right? It's mostly green. It's just a lot of yellow going on there, too.
Yeah, they should do a full yellow. Go highlighter.
They had... I don't know if you ever saw the one that was just like basically like a navy blue with like a brown circle in the middle. I don't know when it's supposed to be from.
Brown circle?
Yeah. Looks pretty bad.
Not sure I would like that one. Worse than the Giants?
Maybe not worse than the Giants. I think it was who were they asking about that? It was Malik Neighbors. They were like, "Do you like the Giants' new jerseys?" And he was like, "It's gonna be kind of hard to swag this one out or something like that." Like,
it's gonna be hard to not lie to you with this one.
It's gonna be hard to look good in these jerseys. Is basically what he was saying. So,
why would the design team do that to them? Someone was really looking to get back at someone.
I mean, hey, they're honoring their history.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could have looked better doing
Heritage, right? Heritage,
sure.
Not hate.
Heritage, not hate.
Shout out.
Hashtag.
No, not shout out to you. So
tan pants.
The drama comes because Josh Jacobs was on Chris Long's podcast. Chris Long was former Eagles player. Former Patriots player.
His name sounds familiar.
He won a Super Bowl with one of those teams after leaving the other. So, I don't know.
Drama.
Yeah. But Josh Jacobs was on there, who just recently got signed for Green Bay. He said basically, like, which is the problem with, like, speaking out of turn without having all the information whenever you're, like, have some sort of position of authority.
Yeah.
But he was basically like, we're not allowed to wear green. I guess it's probably because of, like, gang activity in the area. And so, I don't know. It's caused a lot of... I saw a lot of people saying, like, that's why this game should be in America.
Please. Like, we are fueling the wrong fire.
Yeah, brother, look around you. It's dangerous out here. But that was
It's in their flag.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I think that, like, I don't know, maybe he was thinking that, like, it's kind of like, don't wear, like, all blue or all red in LA or something like that, like when you go to Crenshaw or whatever, like, just kind of like gang activity, people see you wearing the wrong colors, they're gonna mess you up or something. Yeah. I think it was a little bit poorly timed quote, like, I don't think that that's what his intention was. Maybe, like, just deep down he just kind of assumes that about Brazil, and that's not great, but I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't want to say that.
Yeah.
This is like a problem we had a lot when we used to go to, like, Mexico to, like, build houses or whatever.
Right.
And it was like, and I really appreciated the pastor for doing this. One of the only mission trips that I feel like was worth going on. But he made it very clear that, like, hey, when we go to Mexico, just remember it is more dangerous to be in Houston at any one time than it is to be where we're going to be in Mexico. Because people were very frightened about going to this country that they have these ideas in their head about.
Yeah, that they've heard random things said with no backing.
Yeah. They're like, we're literally going to get ripped to shreds as soon as we cross the border.
We're going to be food for them.
Yeah, it's like, well, actually, like, the rate of violent crime is higher in the city we live in now than where we're going.
People don't even realize that it is so dangerous to live in Houston.
Yeah. Or anywhere, really, in the United States. I think I was looking up, like, some statistics before this. It's, like, the 128th safest country in the world. I think there's like 190 countries in the world, so
awesome. So we're up there.
Yeah.
We're so safe.
Yeah.
Almost
top 50%.
Oh my gosh, let's
go! But it's not that. The real reason is that the stadium that they're going to be playing the game in is normally home to the Brazilian football club. See, there you go. Football. It's called Corinthians, which blasphemy. Can you do that?
I don't know. That's God.
But they have a rivalry with Palmeiras, which they wear green. So it's just kind of like
a deep rivalry.
But it's also not that serious. Like, it's just like kind of like a bit. Like,
oh,
hey, don't wear green, guys, because we don't like this team that wears green. I know it's very intense. Like in Brazil, like some of the people I work with are from Brazil, and they talk a lot about how like it is very serious down there, like soccer competition. Like I think whenever they were like protesting unfair, like I think there was like a union, some type of like political movement was basically like, I don't know what the situation was, but basically I think there was like a blockade of people who were kind of doing like their version of January 6th over there. Awesome. And then like a football club, like their supporters basically like created like a convoy and like dispersed it so that people could like get through, and like they just all banded together and were like, you know what, we're not going to stand for this, and just put an end to it right there. And like allow traffic to flow through freely. Dang. That is how like they were able to coordinate their movements and stuff like that. So they do take it seriously, but also Nigeria wore green there at the World Cup in 2016.
Oh, so it's not that deep.
It's not like they're mostly just like, you know,
so
hey guys, don't wear green. No, they're not. Oh. The Eagles will wear their black jerseys. Oh. And the Packers are always going to wear white.
That's fair.
So it's fine. Nothing too scary there. The one thing I want to point out, just like my pastor did, the murder rate in Sao Paulo is the lowest of all the Brazilian states, by the way. Dang. 8.3 murders per 100,000 people. Now, murder rate in Philadelphia, 20 per 100,000 people, by the way.
Yikes.
And Green Bay is just under Sao Paulo at 6. That is because 6 people were murdered when statistics were taken, and only 100,000 people live there. So...
That's so funny.
So right on the money there.
They killed it. Literally. At least these people died. That's my bad. Not funny.
So when you see things online,
don't believe them.
Yeah.
Run away.
Take a second and say, is this real? Double check it. You should always be thinking, what are my biases?
Truth.
Let me stop for a second. Check myself.
Check yourself.
And say, am I the bad guy here? And then you can get some more information and change the way you're thinking.
True. Google is free.
Google is free. Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of drama briefly there for a second, but I think we got it all figured out.
Indeed.
It is just that.
It is just a rivalry.
Just a little bit of banter.
Yeah.
Brazilian style.
A little fun. Yeah.
Yes. Friendly not banter. That deep. Yeah. Like Nigeria didn't have to change kits in the World Cup to play in that stadium. Like it was fine. Yeah. So, it's going to be safe. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
And I wish we could go. Maybe we should go.
Maybe we should.
To Sao Paulo. No. Also, yeah, like the NBA's play games in Rio. And then, like I said, like Sao Paulo is the safest state in Brazil. I don't know if Rio's up there in like one of the most dangerous ones, but I know that like the highest one I saw was, what was it? 49 murders per 100,000 people, which is about on par with a lot of like the major American cities I was seeing. So.
Yeah. Also, this is a random thought. Why would I'm sure the NFL knows that Sao Paulo is one of the safest places, and that's why they like wanted to do it there. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like if it was due to gang activity, they wouldn't be like, oh yes, perfect. And both these teams were green.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Let's do there.
And also, like, yeah, just because the teams aren't wearing green doesn't mean that, like, the fans won't just show up in whatever jersey they have.
Right.
So if that was really a concern,
yeah,
the NFL wouldn't do it.
Yeah. They'd be like, maybe not this time. Maybe.
Yeah. I think you have to, like, okay, everybody who comes to the game, you have to not wear green or you will be killed in the street.
Your life depends on it.
That's what, like, it was. And sometimes when you open Threads is like a cesspool as well. People on there love to pretend it's so much different than Twitter. It's basically the same thing. Yeah. But they're like, oh my goodness, like you're literally gonna get ripped to shreds. Like the same way people talked about going to Mexico back then.
Truth.
You know what? There exists places outside the United States that people live happily.
Indeed.
And that most of the time, like when you think about it, even 50 out of 100,000 people, pretty good odds. Although probably should stay in the places where it's lower than that. Who knows? But yeah, chill out. It's not because of gangs.
It is not.
It's not. It's not great to assume that that's why either. But whatever. Change the world one step at a time.
Whatever you want to do, yeah.
If you heard this and corrected yourself before you put that online, good for you. That's great.
You're a force for change.
That's what we're here to do. And last thing, Christian Javier undergoing Tommy John surgery, so he's done for the year.
Ah, that kind of sucks. He was one of our pretty decent pitchers.
The Astros are not.
We're back. In the toilet. We're far from back.
Yeah.
We are actually in the back.
Real. Good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, man, it's 3 a.m, so.
Oh boy.
We're running on fumes here, but do you have anything else that you want to talk about? Have you thought about any foods you want to experiment with?
Well, we've got these boba balls right here.
Okay. Boba these balls in my mouth.
They won't even move anymore. That's gross.
They're just here from last night. Well, really, technically this morning. No, yesterday morning.
Ugh, you can hear
at this
that.
Point. Yeah, that's great audio again, I think.
Boba, yeah. We're just trying to match last week's.
ASMR. Yeah, sorry about the audio last week.
So what you didn't know was that Emery was doing Internet Corner and ASMR.
Mm.
So, if you guessed it, kudos to you.
Yeah, good for you. But yeah, I think that's all we have for this week.
I'm about to be like Dahlia back there,
snoring.
Snoozing away.
Loudly. Yeah, we got, what do we have to look forward to this week in sports? We got games 2 through 5 before we come back.
We got a whole bunch of finals.
Yeah. The Stanley Cup finals are happening.
Okay, Stanley.
We will talk about it if it goes to a Game 7. How about that, hockey fans? Does that sound good?
Woo!
Think we can get on that train? It's fun to watch. I just don't watch it. So.
I don't watch it either.
Yeah. But the Olympics are coming up. We'll get ready for the Olympics real soon.
That's what I was going to say! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the Olympics. So excited for the Olympics. I will be on that.
Mm-hmm.
I will provide my opinion.
Top 3 sports in the Olympics, go.
Ooh. Okay, not in order.
Okay.
But
top 3 is check.
Swimming, for sure. Riveting.
Mm-hmm.
Gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, this is going to be a huge moment of vulnerability for me. But I love the equestrian sports. I love watching them. Track is a close... You know what? Top 4. Track is in there as well. I said no in no specific order. So, equestrian stuff can sneak its way in.
Do the horses get medals?
They can, if they want. They can make the little...
Like from The Office with yogurt lids and stuff, or what?
I guess they can wear it if they want to.
That seems like cheating to me. To be like, this is my Olympic sport. This horse is going to do this.
It's so much fun to watch.
And then the horse doesn't get a medal.
They get probably a pretty good dinner afterwards.
Also, are all the horses from the countries that they... How's horse production going?
It's really big in Europe.
Okay.
Really big in England specifically.
Okay.
The English do really well in equestrian sports in the Olympics.
But like, if you're an English rider, do you have to ride a horse that was also like an English citizen, or?
Nah.
What? That's so cheating.
No, a lot of horses are from Europe.
Are our riders gonna be riding European horses?
It's a good question. Hold on.
Okay, well, Ellie finds that. I'm gonna wax poetic on the nature of the injustice that is the horses not getting medals. Like, literally, like, you're just like, imagine you're competing in an Olympic event and someone is just sitting on top of you the whole time, and then they go on the podium without you and get the medal for the event. I know they're not just sitting there, guys. Oh my goodness.
The United States Equestrian Team selects, trains, and funds the American national teams that compete in the Olympics, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's no, yeah. What are they hiding?
Where are the Olympic horses from?
Show me the horses. Where are their birth certificates?
Locked up. Where are the USA Olympic
Ozempic horses from?
Olympic horses. There's wrestling in the Olympics?
Yes. I can't believe you're advocating for horse.
Blue. Oh, okay.
Oh, but AI is wrong a lot.
Blue Mystery, a thoroughbred from Kentucky.
Okay.
I don't know where that one's from.
Okay.
Zen Elite Equestrian Center. Wait. Detailed breeding analysis.
Okay,
wow.
There we go. We're getting into some eugenics. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I know that a lot of great horses come from Europe.
Okay. Yeah, that's why they call it Great Britain. Is it the great horses they make there, or what?
That was a weak one. That was a weak joke.
Okay. Well, personally, no, I won't say what I was going to say.
Oh.
I was going to say I hope that they crash a bunch of horses at the thing, but like...
Well, I guess you did say it.
I did say it, but I said I didn't want to, so... I had remorse. Oh, no. I hope that they give the horses medals this year, because I think that'd be funny.
We'll watch and see if they do. Because sometimes they do clip stuff onto, like, the horses' like, gear. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes they will. So, we'll be watching. Stay tuned for do the horses actually...
Yeah, Ellie will do a deep dive into... Is it English writing that they do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not Western.
Western is not really like...
Western is like rodeo.
It's just running around, right?
Yeah.
Western... I guess they could do like the barrel things and whatever.
That's not traditional equestrian.
Oh, so like there is like an actual like Western equestrian thing.
Yeah, it's divided into English and Western riding. Western is like barrel racing, herding...
I see. I thought Western riding was just everything that doesn't involve like just like wearing that stupid hat and like.
That's a different saddle altogether. It's the one with the horn that you use for like trail riding and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I just assumed. Like English equestrian is like where you do the little thing like
dressage, the jumps, cross country. Cross country is so exciting.
And then I thought that like Western was like where you just like free roam the horse and just like they just go like every time you're not in like the little paddock with the bars like you're at the dog show or whatever. Is just like Western riding, like when you take the horse from the car to the trailer. The car. When you take her from the trailer to the arena, like that's Western riding until you get into the arena and then it's English. In my head. No. Okay. What do you call just regular riding?
Just recreational riding. I have no idea. Most of the time, people if they're doing like recreational stuff, they'll use like a Western saddle because they feel like it's more like secure.
Am I wrong then?
Trust, English writing is so hard.
Am I wrong? English do be writing hard.
In my opinion... Oh. In my opinion, English is a lot more technical than Western. Uh-huh. So, it's a little bit...
That's what the English would like you to believe. But I guess that's why it's in the Olympics.
Trust, it is. I lived it for exposing myself all over the place.
Yeah, we'll have Ellie's in-depth breakdown of making a horse crash into poles really hard. And then... And then we'll give you an Olympic preview. So true. We'll have to figure out when they start first.
Because you did not know. July 24th, I think is what it was.
You had to learn that quick because you asked if the Olympics were on at work, right? Yes. You saw the qualifiers for gymnastics. And she was 26th. Like, wait, the Olympics are on? No, girl.
And the guy was like, yeah. I was like, what? I looked on YouTube TV after I got out of the room and was like, please. No, it's July 26th.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait for basketball, honestly. Like, that's what I'm most excited about.
That'll be fun.
Basketball, swimming. Is the U.S. in soccer this year? Is this the one we missed or not? I think we missed the last one. Who can say?
Who can say? Who's to say?
We'll find out whenever we do our Olympic preview. But for right now, it's basketball season. And also hockey season also.
Ball out. Pucker up.
You can use that one for free, NHL. We'll give you that. Mm-hmm. Big hockey fans here.
Huge.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We've been Aaron and Ellie on Kirby Drive. We'll see you guys next time.
1, 2, 3, break. You didn't break.